You know the score by now. Today I'm going to show you 6 alternatives to the Rolex GMT lines. GMTs are probably one of the most sought after complications on a watch in today's market, and the Rolex GMTs in the Master and Explorer ranges are some of the most sought after watches within this category. And today we are going to be looking at 6 different watches at 6 different price points, starting from $250, moving all the way up to $2,000. So there's definitely something for everyone today. This is as close to a homage as you are going to get on this list. But the Timex Q reissue series has a style all unto itself and looks into Timex's considerable back catalogue for inspiration. And now that they've added the GMT complication to an already good looking watch, whilst fixing the issues around the bracelet, it makes this a great starter option for someone on a tight budget. You can choose a Batman style bezel, a PVD black version, or the standard Pepsi. This watch comes in at a not too shabby 38mm in diameter, has a thickness of 12.5mm and an 18mm lug width, so it is super wearable for most wrists. This watch also comes in with its standard quartz movement, has an acrylic crystal over the dial, stainless steel construction with 50 meters of water resistance. The Batman and Pepsi bezels come in full stainless steel, whereas the PVD black version comes in with a rubber strap. At this point, we all have a love-hate relationship with Seiko. Their QC issues are well known, and as of late, they have been turning the screw and making things slowly more expensive. But the last year and the release of the SSK, a cooler's automatic GMT model, really showed us Seiko when they are at their best, and in the process have changed the market with its new 4R34 series movements. This one comes in with a diameter of 42.5mm, a thickness of 13.1mm, and a lug-to-lug of 46mm. This gives this watch similar dimensions to the much-loved SKX. Coming in black, blue and orange colourways, it is constructed with 316L stainless steel, has a nice looking Jubilee bracelet with solid end links, 100 meters of water resistance, and finally Seiko's own Hardlex crystal covers the dial. Now, there are quite a few GMTs landing in the $750 category. Thanks to the previously mentioned NH34 series from Seiko and the 9000 Miyota GMT Travelers version from Citizen, in the end I decided to go with a big brand instead and settled on a Travelers GMT with Certina. Part of the Swatch group of brands, Certina offers reliability and affordability from the first Travelers GMT on this list. Usually this watch retails for more than $750, but if you are prepared to shop around, you can find this for well under that amount brand new. I have 2 examples on here. It is 2 UK based companies, Dura Watches and Brever Brooks, which offer fine examples of this. This watch comes in at under 43mm in diameter, has a thickness of 12.6mm and a lug width of 21mm. The Powermatic 80 movement gives you 80 hours power reserve, adding to the attractiveness of this watch as a prospect. Further to this, you have 200 meters of water resistance, the first sapphire crystal on this list, and your choice of either leather or a stainless steel strap. Baltic are one of those micro brands that you can't help but admire. The French company has made some really attractive and affordable watches that regularly feature in head-to-heads against watches even double or triple the price of these. The Aquascape is not only a good-looking cooler's GMT watch, but it's surprisingly wearable as well, coming in at 39mm in diameter, a lug-to-lug of 47mm and a thickness of 12mm. Both the bezel and the case are covered with sapphire crystal. It houses a Soprod C125 GMT movement with a 42-hour power reserve. It also has 100 meters of water resistance, a screw down crown, and can either come on a tropic or rubber strap or a beads of rice bracelet. They are a micro brand though, so just make sure that you get your order in as soon as possible. I've often said that the most underrated member of the Swatch group is Mido, and the Ocean Star I bought holds testament to that. Yes, it is not perfect, but it is well made, and that's what matters. This Traveller's GMT comes in 4 different colourways, and my favourite is the two-tone rose gold version. It is a big boy though, coming in at 44mm with a thickness of 13mm and a 22mm lug width. But as I've always said, some watches are meant to be worn big, and Mido is a great example of this. From this brand you can expect a 200-metre dive capable watch, sapphire crystal with AR coating, a colour matched date wheel, and of course the same Powermatic 18 movement as in the Certina. There is perhaps no brand as overlooked in today's market as the Swiss heritage brand Oris. For me, they really have the accolade of being the enthusiast's watch company. Ironically, I feel as if I would have more to talk about with somebody wearing an Oris than someone who's sporting either a Rolex or an Omega. So I cheated on this last option and I've gone for 2 models for this brand simply because I refuse to choose between the 2 of them. Plus, it's my list and I can cheat if I want to. My choices here are the Aquis and the Pro Pilot GMT. Both have good looking designs, both can regularly be found for well under £2,000 brand new. We'll start off with the Pro Pilot, and this one comes in at a 45mm in diameter, offers 100 meters of water resistance and has a dial layout which does something interesting. It has a small seconds hand, giving the dial a 3-hand look despite the 2 extra complications. And of course there is an aviator's theme with this watch, and it is a Caller's GMT. Second, we have the Aquis, and it's powered by the same movement as this one, the Oris 798, which is based on a Solita movement. It has a 38-hour power reserve, and the watch is dive themed, and as such boasts 300 meters of water resistance with a screw-down crown. Both of these watches come in stainless steel construction, have a lovely piece of AR coated sapphire crystal covering the dial too. So that's my list. What do you think of it? And do you agree with my picks on this list? As usual, there was a hell of a lot of choices. In fact, even more so now that the market has opened a bit more. And I definitely feel like I picked the best that I could, but I do feel there are a lot of options that I missed out too. The GMT market is booming at the moment, and I could very easily create just a micro-brand list of GMTs. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do that in the future moving forward. If you are interested in any of these watches today, I will have a mixture of affiliate and non-affiliate links below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of this type of content, I have previous Rolex videos that I've done, and you can click on the next video to have a look at them. Take care everyone, and thanks for stopping by.